we discovered this piece of media, which, if you didn't see what I posted earlier, here is the synopsis of this film. It's called 2025: The World Enslaved by a Virus. This was something I stumbled upon on Twitter and then ended up finding a link to watch it on Amazon. Since the outbreak of the coronavirus in 2020, the world has not been the same. A communist system with a single world government has been established. English has been chosen as the world language. Contacts have been reduced to a minimum, and Christianity has been banned completely. Yeah, so this film follows the story of some Christians in Germany who start an uprising.
It really could happen. Secret
Christians, which, by the way, if there's a world government and all countries are one, why does Germany still exist? But that's, I guess, a different question for later. There are no legal religions in this world. This is a
Buddhism. Oh, that's a good question. What religions are legal?
None of them.
None.
Communism only.
Yeah,
and you know what? This could happen.
Yeah, this movie's so foul. This dude wrote, directed, and starred in it. And it's a movie about him basically becoming Jesus by leading a Christian uprising, where the Christians come together and reinstate their place in the world after being robbed by the coronavirus, which ended Christianity and also religion and replaced it with communism, which apparently is an alternative to religion. Yeah, it starts off really hot, so this is like the first seconds of the movie here, so just read some of these title cards. The world as we know it doesn't exist anymore, sure. Yep, that's pretty normal. The virus changed the world, it certainly did, and here's the kicker. Communism is all over the place.
All over the place.
Communism is off the wall.
This was not even, like, this line of text here was not even 10 seconds into the film, and we had to pause it because we were just screaming. Like, we just lost our minds immediately. We knew that we were in for a fucking ride when we saw that. What a bold way to open a movie. Communism is all over the place.
Don't talk to me about communism kills.
Don't speak to us about communism kills.
Let me skip through this a little bit. It starts off hot with a car chase scene, which is the only scene that has any action in the entire film.
They're also going about 40.
Yeah, this is a very slow chase.
I also didn't cut any of this. This is all like as it was edited in the film.
By the way, I do love that swerve maneuver. I mean, this is expert stunt driving.
Also, something that
wait for this jump that he does.
Yeah.
Like, no way, dude. Just get another take, please. Anyway, so it starts off with this insane like car chase sequence that then goes directly into just two people having a conversation in a room, and then that's just the next 90 minutes of the film. It's about 85 minutes of just people sitting in rooms talking to each other.
Sometimes people are walking down a road talking to each other.
That's true. There is one scene where, I'll play it now, where they're walking around doing graffiti. I had to mute the audio for this part because there's some music and I wasn't sure about it. There's a scene here where after they talk for like just 30 minutes about nothing, they decide they're going to go out and spread the word of Christianity by spray painting fish.
Yeah, the
like
famous Ithaca.
Oh, this part fucks me up. There's
Daniel.
Sorry, I swore again on our Christian show. Hold on, wait. Hold on. How do I pause this? Okay, so this part really got me. This is one of my favorite shots in the movie. So there's this bench, right, that says "fuck Jesus." Sorry for saying fuck.
It does say that on the billboard, though.
Yeah, but in order to get this shot, they had to write "fuck Jesus" themselves on this bench, this public park bench. They vandalized it for their Christian film.
Now, is it
to
possible?
Write "fuck Jesus" on it.
Is it possible that they just found it and vandalized it more?
No, there's literally no way that there just happened to be a park like nearby to them where somebody else had written "fuck Jesus" on a park bench. Like, it's too insane. Everyone wears a vest like this guy has.
Just one going around, though.
It's the same
They
vest. Only have one vest, and all of the guys
over.
take turns wearing it. And they just duct taped over whatever, like, township they got that police vest from. And instead of, like, I don't know, blacking it out or, like, cutting it or just, like, doing anything to it.
Well, you spray paint over it.
Yeah, you
That's
can
a really
also
easy
spray
one.
paint over it. They just
That's
used,
such a
like,
good
silver
point.
duct tape.
Maybe the communists defunded the police.
That's true.
Yeah, they
That's
can only
true.
share one vest because they were
Because-
defunded.
Our
It's
vest.
our best.
It is pretty
That's so
crazy
true.
how communists
So true, bestie.
all
have
around us.
have like a police state as well. Like I don't think you can call it communism at that point.
No, that's exactly what you can
It's
call
all-
it. That's Marxist Leninism, but
It's
still.
all over.
Yeah.
Also, everyone in this movie, I mean, not to shit on their like
Daniel.
their language competency, but like no one in this movie really speaks English,
Except for this guy.
except for this
This
one
one
dude.
American
Except for
dude.
fat Ethan Winters.
Yeah,
Who, like,
there's this one dude who was American for some reason, but everybody else has like a really thick German accent to the point where it's like borderline impossible to understand some of them, which is like, hey, you know, it's not their fault, they're trying their best, but like, do the movie in German then. Like, there are literally scenes where a character gives up on speaking English because it was probably too hard for the actor, and she just switches to German, and then they just subtitle it.
so let's go over the characters real quickly. Like,
Yeah.
let's run them down.
Yeah.
So we have Hans Christian Andersen or whatever. He's the main character. I believe his name is Hans. And
Is it Hans?
I think it's Hans.
He
It's
was,
Hans.
he was the guy who was spray painting in the other scene.
Yeah,
The
the-
guy who jumped over the car.
The,
He's
ju-
main
the,
character.
the action
Director.
star,
Yeah.
the action film star played by one of the Wesley brothers. So there's that guy, and then there's woman number one. There's about 3 women in this film, in
And they
my
all look
opinion.
the same.
They
In
all
my
look
opinion-
so
Very
similar.
similar.
We kept having to pause and rewind and figure out which one of the women was currently like supposed, like the person that we were supposed to be like understanding, like who they were talking about in a conversation, because all of the women look exactly the same.
In my opinion, all the women in this movie are, I think, sharing a wig. Like, I think they're all the same woman. They garbage mat them into another scene, and they just pass around a wig.
This is just some B-roll of average hacker.
So this is of course our hacker. As you can see, she is mining Bitcoin. She's analyzing face data. You know, she's adding things to the source engine.
I'm 90% sure
Gmodding.
this shot is just like stock footage.
No, it's absolutely stock footage that they just like ran on the computer.
But
Oh,
plot
another
twist,
thing I have to give
It's a woman.
communism. You can buy a cute unicorn plush.
Yeah, and also a Logitech G Pro mouse.
We do have to mention that the best part of the reveal is it's just like Metroid, because we see this hacker from behind. You know, obviously their fingers. The fingers are very nondescript, so we don't really know what they're up to. Then the hacker shows up to the Christian encampment where they're all working together. Takes her hood off.
She takes off her
It's
hood.
a woman.
She's
And-
a woman.
And I honestly was floored. I was floored. The 70% rose by 30%, bringing us all to the equality that we needed. The Bitcoin averaged out 70% to a good 100%, because we all became equal the moment that she took off her hood and proved that women could hack.
We should also, because I have the clip, we need to talk about the best moment of the whole
Yeah.
movie.
Do we need to? Well,
That's
do we
the
need to
only
talk
thing I
about?
care
Okay, we do.
about.
This
This
is
is my favorite
so.
part.
I think I'm just gonna turn the volume
Let's
up on
just
this
let it
one,
happen.
and let's just let it happen. And the chat can experience this. So let me start this clip over. Anyway, so this is a moment from the second graffiti scene. Now that they've built up more of a Christian community here.
Yeah, they've got this guy.
So just get ready for this. I hope y'all can see that. I have it'll slow-mo in a second. Why is this in the fucking movie?
Daniel.
Swore.
What? Why do they do a jump scare pan to a Goomba?
To a Goomba.
Graffitied on the wall?
It's my favorite.
Why is there a Goomba there? Why was he scared by it? Why did he scare the other people in the room with it? Was it a joke?
Why did he go, ah?
Maybe the
hand?
Goomba is a Christian, or is a communist symbol, you know?
What was the purpose of this shot? And why was the Goomba scary?
I
Are
have a
Goomba
theory
communists?
about this.
Are Goomba communists?
I have a theory
Yes.
about this. So, King Koopa, obviously a very wealthy man, but he just gives people land whenever they want, alright? You know, his kids, he's like, yeah, have a castle. Have a whole desert biome. You know what? Go for it. Have a whole water biome. Have a whole giant biome. Like, everyone gets to share and live in this land for free. Have you ever seen a Goomba work a day in its life? You ever see a Koopa Troopa that Koopa Troopers are just walking off cliffs whenever they want because they have no cares in the world. They don't even have to worry about the next day's paycheck or a hard day's rent. I think that's the thing, is that Goombas are freeloaders. Koopas are freeloaders. Bowser just
Are you saying
spoils
Goombas
people.
are communists?
I think Goombas are
I
communists.
think Goombas are the working
Wait,
class.
this actually makes sense. Maybe he gets scared because Goombas in this world are like a symbol of like the communism.
The
flag.
Gestapo.
Yeah, because it's like it's all part of a cog in the machine, if you will.
I think Goombas are the working class because they're treated as expendable.
I just need to watch this one more time. When this shot played, we had to pause the movie because we were like crying. We probably rewinded and watched this like 4 times.
I think it was
before we
the
moved
only
on.
part of the film that any of us liked. I would
Yeah.
say.
I
Wait.
really enjoyed this part.
I need to know where that Goomba is. I hope that someone out there someday can locate where the tunnel that they're walking through. If anyone happens to know like rural Germany, which is where I assume this was shot, let us know in the chat. Send us a message. We want to know where this Goomba is so we can go visit it and take a photo there and recreate this scene ourselves.
I do have to say, this scene elevated the movie to a 2. So like, I was really happy. I was
It
really
actually
happy about
did.
it.
So there is one adult in this movie. They found what it had to be someone's dad. It's this guy. He's the head of the Gestapo, and he's hunting them down. And he's known for killing. He became the head because he killed the most Christians. So you'll see this guy here.
You know what's frustrating is he doesn't have a Colonel Kurtz necklace of ears.
He's also
Like, he
one of
needed
the-
to have like a necklace of Christian ears.
Yeah, that's
Or maybe,
true.
you know what he should have done? He should have worn all their crucifix necklaces around his neck as like dog tags.
Yeah.
All the Christians he's slain.
Well, yeah, you're about to
He
see
has
that in
slain
this
a lot of
scene.
Christians.
What happened was, like, they're just talking about how they need to hunt down the Christians, and he just walks over and he's just staring at this model train in an otherwise empty room. It's all just like, it's like a warehouse with nothing in it but plastic tables and computers that people are working on, and for some reason, there's a table with a train on it. And he walks over there and he has this dramatic speech about the train and why it's there, so I'm gonna play that for you now. He says that he keeps this train around in here to represent all of the Christians that he's killed.
Now this is actually a very smart scene, and I'll explain. And here's why. And I'll explain why this scene is actually brilliant. Who here knows about Benito Mussolini? And Liz, I think, is going to know exactly where I'm going with this.
Liz, quick Italian moment.
Every history
He made
teacher.
the trains run on time.
Exactly. Every history teacher who sympathized or liked Benito Mussolini will tell you Benito Mussolini made the trains run on time. Trains are a genuine symbol of the quote-unquote effectiveness of fascist communist regimes. So, authoritarian communist regimes, thank you. And so, this is a man who, of course, respects the roots of communism in the train as a symbol of something that keeps the country unified. I would say that this film is a genius work of art by a man who really knows his history.
I think you're giving him a lot of credit, but yeah.
Dan,
also, I agree with Michelle. This movie does have a lot of Twilight.
Dan, I have to be honest. I just don't think that you respect cinema. Martin Scorsese famously said that Marvel films are not cinema, and I think that you're just a soy Marvel fan.
One of the reviews I saw in this movie when I was researching it was, it's no Marvel, but it's pretty good. Which I thought was really funny. But basically, the way that the Christians rise up is that they literally start a Twitch stream.
Yes.
So that's what you're looking at now. There's a really long scene where he basically just turns on a Twitch stream and talks at the camera, and everyone just prays next to him. The Christians' great, revolutionary moment was to start a Twitch stream.
Which looks like a Zoom call.
It's a Zoom call.
Which, by the way, if you look really closely at the shot, they didn't actually mirror it onto the screen. They shot it twice and then played it back on the screen. So, like, what you're looking at in that shot does not match up with what he's doing. So,
Kathy loved that one.
So you can see right here, like, he's moving his head that way, but it's actually the other way. It's because, they shot the scene and then put it on the screen and then acted it out again.
Film. But yeah, so the Christians just all choose to get arrested, and then there's an incredible sequence in which he runs out into the desert, or no, into the forest, and like takes off his jacket and just does this, like stands there.
Oh yeah, he puts himself in Christ pose.
Yeah, he puts himself in Christ pose, and like with his knees tucked back, looks to the sky, holding out his arms like a crucifix, and they have, might I say, the greatest drone shot I've ever seen in my life. You get to see so much of the German countryside while he is next to a rock.
It
Very
was
ne-
very beautiful.
It was a really good
Beautiful
Neil
scenery.
Breen shot, in my opinion.
Yeah, this movie felt like a Christian Neil Breen movie. That's, I think, a great way to describe it. It's just like an absolutely like masturbatory piece of media where this like misguided young Christian boy makes a movie about himself being not only anti-COVID or like anti-masker and like COVID denier, but also a freak like Jesus wannabe. That's our reactions to 2025, The World Enslaved by a Virus. I genuinely think, no cap, this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, and I enjoy watching bad movies. I do it often. This is genuinely one of the worst ones.